How customer service skills can land you a cloud job. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Broadus Palmer. I'm founder of Level Up in Tech. My job as a cloud mentor is to help you learn cloud, land a job, and make money. And I do this by using my experience through my 14 years in banking, me transitioning to a cloud role, and me building a top cloud business to help you navigate the roadblocks that I've navigated through and make sure you don't have to hit those roadblocks. You can move through them and blow through them and ultimately get the bag. So that's why we're here. All right. So, look, some of you don't even know that the skills that you have at customer service can take our careers to new levels that we never thought was possible. And it's simply because we've built several transferable skills in our careers in customer service, whether you're in customer service at a restaurant, whether you're customer service at a hospital or in finance or banking, whatever the case may be, car salesman, whatever the case may be, you have the skills that can help you greatly improve your chances to getting into cloud as a cloud engineer. And let's just say tech overall. All right. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to run down 6 transferable skills that can help you accelerate your career in cloud computing. All right. So, let's get started right now. Number 1, problem solving. So, in customer service, we have to troubleshoot issues all the time. Right. So, this is critical to our job. And this is also critical to cloud engineering, where we're diagnosing and we're resolving technical problems all the time. So, one thing I remember is when I was in banking, I had so many issues. I mean, we dealt with hundreds of customers a day, and it would be issues where maybe sometimes I would have to look up a deposit to see, if the deposit hasn't hit a person's account. Hey, let's see where that deposit went. Did the person put in the wrong number? Did it go into the wrong account? Did it get held up? Was it blocked? Etc. And then I will have to provide a solution for that customer because it's Friday, right? The customer didn't get paid. So what can we do to help the customer? And I had to think about this in between our guidelines and our policies, but also think of it quickly on our feet. Something simple. If a customer came in and said, "Hey, I lost my debit card." What do we do? How do I troubleshoot that? Well, I had to look at, their account, make sure no charges have been made that was unauthorized to their account. Had to shut their card down, and I had to figure out how to solve the problem from there, right? Can we have the customer leave the bank with a credit card or with a debit card, a temporary one until they receive a new one in the mail? And if they're going on vacation, like some of them, I'm going on vacation right now, we're leaving right now. What can we do? Because that temporary card could last only for a certain amount of days, or it can last until their card gets in the mail and they activate it. So all these things that we have to think of quickly on our feet. And I know, regardless of the industry that you're in, you have been in a situation where you had to troubleshoot and problem solve right then and there on your feet. I don't care if you was in a restaurant, somebody's food messed up, somebody found a hair, a bug, something, right? How did you troubleshoot that? And how did you make it right with the customer? All right. So skill number 2 that we really don't think about is communication. And this is typically key. So the ability to clearly, because I couldn't clearly do this, the ability to clearly communicate even complex information to someone and break it down to a function where they can understand it. This is critical for a cloud engineering role. So this is going to help you, especially when you're learning the technical things. You may be dealing with a customer that's non-technical, and you may have to break down those technical things in a way that the customer can understand it. So, my experience in banking, we had banking terms, we had things that were behind the scenes as far as processes, policies, software that we use that the customer couldn't see and the customer didn't understand. So, I would have to break down how charges are made, charges are pending. So, one of the biggest things was pending and posted payments. So I had to break down to help the customer understand, what does pending mean and what does posted mean. This was one of the biggest communication things we had to figure out how to communicate with the customer as far as help them understand that. And still to this day, a lot of customers don't understand pending and posted payments. But I'm just want to give you a what we call it a detailed description of what I had to go through to figure out how to communicate with customers. So maybe you, right, working in the hospital or working in patient access or working, as a car salesman, and you have to break down terminology in a contract or break down terminology that you use daily to a customer so they can understand, right? And this is all about clearly communicating the complex information that maybe you will be able to communicate to a customer in cloud in your role, whether it's external, right, or whether it's internal, because the people that we deal with at work as well, even if they're not in our department, if they call us and we have to communicate with them, guess what? They're our customer. And we have to make sure some of them are not technical. Some of them don't even do the job that you do. So how do we help them understand exactly what we're trying to talk about? We can't throw words around like VPC or EC2 or S3 or, compute engine or virtual machine, etc., and expect them to understand it. We have to break down exactly what we're talking about. So how do you communicate that? All right. So number 3, attention to detail. So accurately tracking your customer issues. And this translates well into managing configurations and cloud infrastructure, where attention to detail is crucial. So even with documentation, even with architecture design, right, blueprints, attention to detail is so crucial that you can do sloppy work. You can skim over things that you think right? And put something in production that could cost a whole lot of money and could ultimately get you fired. That's just one scenario. So one thing we need to do, and attention to detail can just be literally stop and taking your time and double checking your work. If you're in a restaurant and you print up a receipt or print up a check for the customer, hey, how about you double check to make sure you're charging the customer correctly before you give it to that customer? Because if you don't and you send it to that customer and they go, oh, whoa, 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 I didn't buy this. I didn't pay for this. I mean, I'm not paying for this. This is not mine. Even though it's something small, and you may say that's something small, that could just create an experience for the customer where they say, you know what, I'm not coming back here anymore. They don't even, he was about to get me to pay for this chicken meal that I didn't even order. And if I didn't check my check before I paid, I would have paid for it. So it's important for you to double check to make sure you're transferring those skills, attention to details, to whatever it is that you're doing, so you don't have the customer get a bad experience. You don't give the customer a bad experience, excuse me. And this is very important in cloud as well. So, everything from statement of work, everything from, documentation, right? Even if you have somebody coming behind you trying to learn, making sure you document things right and making sure it's correct, you're doing it right the first time, can help somebody come behind you that you're training learn how to do things right the first time. And when you're communicating internally to a customer as well, help them understand what you're doing and help them get the right information the first time as well. All right, so this is pretty important. Real quick, when you talk about pretty important, if you on this particular lesson, particular video, this means you're serious about getting into cloud engineering. And if you are, I want to invite you to our Cloud Career Accelerator community. It's in the link in the descriptions. We got free Kickstarter courses. We got free projects. I do a bunch of content in it. We do some live meetups sometimes. Come join, learn. The ultimate goal is to help you get a cloud job and get the bag. All right. Cost of living is going up. Inflation is here. It's been here. And we want to help you get a better salary. So in turn, that can help you with your family, finances, just overall stress level, anxiety in your life, and build a better life for your children, your partners, or whoever that you wish to. All right. So back to number 4. Okay. Time management. So balancing multiple customer requests can be similar to managing various cloud projects and tasks in the cloud. So we've all been doing two things at once. For instance, I'm in banking, I got a customer on the phone, I got a customer that just walked in, or maybe I'm helping at the teller desk cashing checks or whatever the case may be. How am I effectively managing my time to be able to handle this customer and be able to help the customer on the phone, right? What is the process for that? And there's always a process. If you don't have a process now, just learn from people who have a process or develop your own process. That way you don't give either one a bad experience, right? Even if it's just telling the person on the phone, hey, can you give me 1 minute? I have a customer. I'll be back in 60 seconds after I help. Totally fine, right? Help that customer come back on the phone. Thank you for holding, ma'am. Or, sir, how may I help you? Right? If you're in restaurant business or whatever customer service business you're in, I know you've been able to multitask. This is critical to our jobs anyway. So, how do you manage your time to be able to effectively handle multiple customer requests and get the job done? Because in cloud, you may be working with this department and you may have your own project that you're working on for your manager, or you may be helping this junior cloud engineer that comes in after you, and you may be having something else to do on the side. How are you managing these things to be able to get the job done effectively and get a great experience to your customer, great experience to the organization, and overall use these transferable skills to shine? All right. So, number 5, showing empathy. So, understanding the user needs and really focusing on delivering the solutions, right? To really improve the experience. So, in banking, I'm always using my own experience. So, in banking, we have a customer come in and maybe, they overdrew their account. And this could be the first time they've ever done it. And they're super upset because, number one, they don't want to pay the bank any money. But number two, it may just be a little embarrassing for them at the moment. It's great that we can empathize with them and really try to figure out a solution that can help. And sometimes, right, the solution may not be what they want it to be, right? But it's a solution nevertheless. And sometimes you can't satisfy everyone, but it's most important, even if you can't satisfy them 100%, you are showing empathy in that situation, that you hear them, you understand where they're coming from, and they don't like being charged, or that whatever negative experience that they're experiencing, they don't like it at the moment, but this is what we can do for them at the moment. All right. Same thing in cloud. All right. You may have a customer that you deploy something and it's costing them a lot of money, or now they want something different, or they're just not happy with the service, or even internal teams are not happy with the experience they had with you. How do you empathize, and how do you focus on a solution that can be a win-win for everyone? Or if you know that you worked outside of the policy and you've done something wrong, how do you fix it? And what you've done something wrong with may be a mistake, but how do we fix it? These are the things that we learn in customer service that can easily help you accelerate in cloud. All right. And the last one is adaptability. So the ability to adapt new systems, new processes, new procedures in customer service can help you quickly learn and apply those transferable skills to new cloud technology. So cloud is always changing. Tech is always changing, right? The systems and the services that you may use last month may not be what you use today. Or you may be on a project that you're using Terraform and you're using Docker, but this project you're scripting and automating with Linux and Python. So we got to get used to adapting to new things and learning new things, even if you're uncomfortable. So, for instance, I'm on a banking side, meaning I'm at a desk. When you come in, you want to open an account, you want to talk about a loan, etc., you would come see me at the desk, right? But also, I had to adapt, because if the teller line got backed up, I had to go up to the teller line and become a teller at the moment to make sure we cut the line down, cut the drive-through down, and when things got slower again, I can go back to my desk. So you may have to multitask with time management and ability and learn new things, right? Maybe I have to learn a new system that the tellers use up front while I'm dealing with my systems that I always use in the back, right? So open your mind, keep your mind open, and understand this is a constant lifelong learning journey. And the reason I'm giving you these 6 transferable skills is because in tech, a lot of people don't like dealing with customers, right? Don't like really dealing with internal customers or external. They want to be able to do their work, do the technical part of it, and move on with their day. But the ones who really can be successful is the ones who can focus on working with external customers, being the face of a project or being the face of an organization, and help move that organization to the next level through customer service skills. Customers want an experience, right? They're going to remember how you made them feel. They're going to remember the person that's knowledgeable, the person who showed empathy, the person who was adaptable, the person who had attention to detail, the person who managed their time well, the person who communicated clearly of what their needs were and found a solution. So if you don't understand this, rewind this video back, listen to it again, because these are the 6 things that you could build in your career today that can help you move into a cloud or tech career quickly, because companies are looking for individuals like yourself. They're looking for individuals who can solve problems, whether that's technical problems or whether that's communication problems, right? So share this with somebody who needs to see this. If you want more videos, I have more videos on this YouTube right now. Click on it, learn. Make sure you join the community. Hit me up on Mr. Level Up in Tech on Instagram, Broadest Palmer on LinkedIn, Mr. Level Up in Tech on TikTok. I post a lot of content. I'm here to help you reach the goal of landing the job and getting the bag, helping you transcend whatever it is that you're doing personally, whether you're taking care of family, whether you want a new home, whether you want to just be able to save money and live during this economic time, right? So, hey, I love you. Thank you so much for watching. Let's keep leveling up, and I'll see you later.